Well, oh, are we good? Okay, we're good. We're here. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. My name is Himibo, and I'm joined by Murderin. What's up, Murderin?
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother. Murderin, the artist formerly known as Brother.
But it was
Um,
often mispronounced as Bruther, let's be honest. And that's why I had to change back.
I mean, Murderin is really creative, if you ask me. And we got ourselves a invite to the lobby. And join on me, brother. Let's talk about these two teams who are on top of it 10 minutes before the start of the match. They're
They
like
are
in
just
it
as
to
hyped for
win
the
it.
first game of the season as we are. Although we just got done with another spicy series, so I guess this is the second game of the season.
Although, okay, cool. There, like, am I gonna have to switch people around? Nope, they're figuring it
Oh,
out.
I'm
They're doing
in.
a
I'm
good
ready to
job.
play. They want me on the team. Aw, damn.
Put me in, coach. Let me get this set up real quick. Tell the wonderful audience that we have here about these two lovely teams with
We
all
got
your
Cosmos coming in hot from season 9, going all the way through their division in Div C, getting bumped up to Div B, coming in with something to prove. They're going to be coming out spicy. Then you got freaking Bronze 6 over here, which I don't think they're bronze players, but they might as well be. I'm just kidding. No, just kidding. They did well last season too, tying for 4th in their division, coming back to B this season, looking for that top seed so they can go all the way as well.
Amen to that. Look at this quality research coming out of my brother right here. Brother. Okay, so I'm getting some map information here, but
Looks like we've banned Alterac, Braxis, Hanamura, and Cursed. And they picked Tomb. They are just doing all the work.
they did it all. They did it all apparently. All right, we're trying to figure out exactly who banned what. Um, Silver Jackal is on Cosmos, so we're gonna go blue. Pick.
So we've seen Hanamura banned 2
Danny
times, as well as
Braxis.
Braxis. People don't like those maps, huh?
And then on this side, Brack. Boom, getting it all out. Thank you for your patience. Update, and let's go over to the map. Boom, look at that. Beautiful. Here were the picks and bans. So as we were sort of talking about, we had Cosmos banning out Alterac past Hanamura Temple. Braxis and Cursed Hollowbeam banned out by Bronze 6. And I don't know who won the coin toss. May I ask?
Funnily enough, both teams banning 1 small map and 1 large map.
Yeah, no Hanamura tonight. Bad day or no?
I'm not sad about it. I don't like to see Hanamura or Braxis. Those games end too quick.
Okay, Bronze 1 and Cosmos was so Bronze won the coin toss, Bronze 6, and they elected for first pick. So that resulted in Tomb of the Spider Queen being picked up by Cosmos because they had no other choice. We have a follower, Odd Thought, in the house. I don't even know if Odd Thought remembers me. He says, "Let's go Cosmos" in the chat. Odd Thought, I was a follow of yours back in the day. I'm a fan. Let's see if he remembers. Probably not. That's okay. Let's see. What else is there to talk about? We're waiting on one more member, and we got 7 minutes till the game's supposed to officially start, so there's no real rush. Everyone's on top of it right now.
Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Yeah, tell me your thoughts about this map.
Well, it's pretty unique because it's the only map where the objective is all the time. It's
not on a
never
timer.
it's not something that comes up sometimes. It's always active. So really you're always playing for the objective. You're never not playing for the objective. You got to keep your gems, never make those calls that risk your gems. Stop the enemy. You know, I mean, say they have their turn and you don't, you got to try your best to stop, make them wipe their gems. Um, it can go back and forth so abruptly. All of a sudden the momentum goes in one direction and the game is it goes from one keep down on one side with no forts, and then all of a sudden they charge all the way to the core off of just a few turns.
Odd thought. Thank you for the. It looks like he might remember me. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I agree though on all that stuff. You want there's a lot of skirmishing that normally goes on. I would say in this, it's not like we're gonna play a whole lot around pressure points. You know, it's not Volskaya where it's okay. We're gonna sit back and relax and we're gonna wait and do nothing for a little while. It's like you got to be up in the fog of war. You got to be in the vision. And if you're not dominating the vision, then you're giving away free turns. Once you give away free turns, like it's a very snowbally map too, because once you sort of pass the mid part of the map, right? So once you're controlling that vision and there's no more forts to fall behind, it gets really hard to sort of retake that part of the map. Yeah, so it's definitely for the strong team fighting teams and the players that love to just
It's going to
do
come down
nothing but
to
attack. Yeah, it's good for them.
yeah, it's going to come down to some decisive shot calling.
Let's go over here and let's take a look at our player profile. Sorry, we got a bunch of Cosmos fans in here, but actually, this is going to be on the side of Bronze 6. Let's see if this works. Player profile. This is last season. We're looking at a player profile. I think it's kind of cool to highlight some of the past accomplishments. And check this out. Danny, I have as a healer. I don't know why I have as a... Oh, I don't know what I was doing. Actually, who knows what they are. Look at this. They got a healer, a tank, and a Leo up there. They do it all. Danny does it all. That's the team captain for Bronze 6. Are you impressed? Top 3 are Deckard, Johanna, and Leoric from last season. Not impressed? Did I lose you?
Are you talking to me right now? I'm so sorry.
No, no, I'm not talking to
just
you.
closed your stream and I was trying to open it back up again.
No, I wasn't talking to you. I just, talking to...
You talk to yourself a lot. I hear, Jimmy loves to narrate his life, and it's entertaining.
All right, I'm going to say this one more time. Danny is the captain of Bronze 6. His top 3 from last season were Deckard, Johanna, and Leoric. A healer, a tank, and an offlane. Are you impressed?
All over the place.
That's what I'm saying. Are you impressed?
I mean, I love a good big, I love that big deck.
Big deck.
That big deck energy
deck.
really gets going. And then Johanna it's never surprising.
Yeah, I agree with that.
She was so strong back in the day.
Bronze 6 is a
I'm
wild card if I've ever seen it.
I don't think we'll be seeing Johanna today.
The follows are rolling in too, by the way. Thanks to everybody who decided to hit that follow button. Remember to like and subscribe. Waka waka. It's a YouTube thing. Anyways, we got 22 people viewing right now. Looking forward to starting this match on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Once again, for those just joining, let's go back over to the map select. We had Alterac and what do we got? What is this one? Alterac and Hanamura, banned by Cosmos, and Braxis and Cursed Hollow, banned by Bronze 6. And then Bronze 6 won the coin toss. They decided, they elected to be first pick. And then we got map pick by default was sent over to Cosmos, and they chose Tomb of the Spider Queen. So any picks that we should be on the lookout for?
I admittedly did not look at what they were going to play whatsoever, but we know what's strong right now. I mean, that the May is one of the top tanks for sure. but we've also seen ETC a lot, so that could go either way. I'm not sure. I don't think
Erdak,
it might not draw a
sorry,
ban.
Erdak trolling us in the chat. The YouTube joke. God, it's not. I'm gonna ever have to explain the joke over here. But yeah, I agree. May is something to watch out for. What else are we looking at? What do you like to play on this map?
On Tomb? Oh, I mean, I play Rexar. No, on Tomb. Rexar, because you can send that bear out. Let Misha do the work. She just picks everything up for you. You don't gotta try. Never
Well, not
lose
only
your gems.
that, but controlling the vision, like we talked a lot about already. I mean, you send the bear, and it's a lot less risky than sending yourself in.
I do not believe there's a single map that you cannot make Rexar primely effective. Like don't even get into it. He's just good. But
yeah, I agree with that.
In general, I mean, I think the format's got to clear the waves. They got to clear the waves and rotate. And that's the comp you go for. You don't need the camps because the camps come secondary to the objective, and then you need that offlaner to just kind of hold it down.
Yeah, typically what we see is a 4-1 on this map because it's so small, it's such a short distance between the top two lanes. And the 4-man will push back and forth, back and forth. But there's always a lot of potential for just roaming gank squads all over the place. So that's something that I'm going to be on the lookout for. You know, things like Garrosh and Diablo really good at getting picks in the fog of war. Those would be looks. And I think Diablo is really strong right now, so I wouldn't be surprised at all to see that.
Definitely, Diablo is up there on the tank priority. But I mean, do you really want to go in and die as Diablo? I feel like he dives in. I mean, I don't know. You know, I know what you like on this map, a little Nazebo.
We got Iron Banker in the chat saying that Murderin's got some bias on Rex. I mean,
I don't know if it's biased. You can look up the statistics on this one.
Let me just say, hey, let's hear the argument against Rex. That's all I'm saying. Just throwing it out there.
Well, to be fair, Artanis, you don't want to play him when you're like there's counters to Rex. I just said there's not a map that I can't make it work on.
Yeah, for sure. Chromie's still viable. Question from chat. Iron Banker. What do you think?
I mean, they didn't nerf the old Chromie things, did they?
Here's the thing.
We got Erdak in the chat, and I think he can attest Chromie was plenty viable before.
So Chromie was.
They just made Chromie easier. That's all they did.
So W build I think is still viable, but besides that, even if you were going to go to Q build, which is still the same as it was before these most recent nerfs, they still buff slowing sands at 8 and 18, and it's still really strong. So if you're going slowing sands, and I would say normally, what is it? The little rewind thing? It's rewind time. Would be still strong, but there's a lot more
the unstoppables. Yeah, that's crazy.
So, I mean,
all the things that counters is nuts. I mean, what is it? You said 5 minutes?
Yes, it's a 5-minute cooldown, which is an eternity in this game. But here's the thing: whenever you start getting
changed on key moments.
Well, also when you get to this level of play where teams are a lot more coordinated and they get stuck out a lot, they get, a lot less. They get put in bad positions. Looks like we're getting ready to go. Yeah, then those opportunities to see somebody that they get lower and lower. They're less and less opportunities, I should say. So the medallion comes more and more valuable.
It can bait you so hard too. I mean, you can just, like I said before, ETC goes into Mosh, but then you unstoppable, and then he's just stuck in the middle.
I will say that again, the skirmish heavy teams that are making others blow the medallion, they're going to be the ones that benefit. Of course, if you're skirmish heavy, then you might find yourself out there a lot more. So I guess there's a give and take there, but It is interesting. We've already seen the last 2 games that we had a lot of
Well, I mean,
a
that
lot
one
of
game,
Thompson
what was it? It
value
was
got
1-0 for the
worth.
longest time because people were just playing so passive. They were playing
Methodically.
yeah, very methodically,
Yeah, a lot of good
not going for
macro.
the risky calls at all.
And let me say, like I said before in our last series, we're talking about Division B. These are strong players. These are good, smart players. They're gonna make good choices by and large. So that's what's really cool about NGS. There's so many teams, but there's so many solid teams and solid players that it makes it really fun to watch.
Can I just say I really like that you used a real eggplant
Well, I'm
as
I'm into
opposed to the fake? You could have
natural.
been.
I'm all into natural, you know. I don't really like
Are we
the
Oh, they are. They're ready to go.
I don't really like the fake, you know. I don't like that plastic, you know what
The
I'm saying?
effect is much better, and that little crack right there in the middle.
Mm-hmm. It adds to
You
it.
can tell it's ripe.
That thing is looking juicy. Big fat juicer
This
right
Jimmy,
there.
your little follower thing starts going backwards.
Well, look at that. We're advertising our own match right here. On the ticker.
Oh,
Ticker.
when is that? That's
you gotta
tomorrow.
be careful on
That's tomorrow,
Twitch
right?
these days. What's up?
The match, right? We got a match tomorrow, right?
I mean, we do, yeah. For
What
those who
time?
don't know, we play for the Minion Miners, Das Minion Miners.
Oh, it looks like they're good to go. Let's do this.
I mean, I can't start it. Somebody else has got to start it. Boom. Ask and thou shalt receive. Burp. And we got some lit chat today.
All right, you gotta
wanna
take
hear
us to
some
the
more
draft
from the
screen.
chat.
Get us out of this thing, yeah.
Brother, you're 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, it's got a
behind,
delay.
right? We got 28 viewers. Oh, just dropped down to 25. They didn't like your comments about the eggplant.
Well, you know
Mayban coming out first from Bronze 6. On the other side, what are we going to see? Diablo. Both excellent tanks in the current meta. Are we going to see more tanks banned? Maybe... I mean, Johanna, oh, there's the Chromie like we talked about before, still really strong. Like I said, Slowing Sands is going to be good, whether or not W build is good. What are we thinking here? Johanna is, I think, objectively a
Probably
lot
a
weaker
mage,
than
right?
she
I mean-
was, but this has got to be her best map still, right? Yo, listen, I'm talking to
We'll
you.
see. We'll see. I'm just waiting in anticipation.
Well, there's the
It was
garage.
another
We also
tank.
talked
Look at
about that. Yeah, we talked about the fact that garage is really good about
Maybe
getting
they
those
were
picks.
listening.
Next level. Getting advice from the cat.
That's a bad plan. Now they're gonna blame us. They have an out now.
I mean,
we can be the
I didn't tell
scapegoats.
them to do this. And like I
The
said, there's the
Joe.
Johanna. I mean, she's objectively a lot weaker, but she's still got a lot of CC, and
And
you
this
just have to
map
be
in
a little
particular is
safer
a
with
good
her.
Joe map.
Yeah, you want a lot of wave clear, so she brings the wave clear, that's for sure. Yo, chat, let's hear it. What's up with you guys and gals? Tacitor getting picked up by Cosmos makes a lot of sense. Tons of wave clear. Anna,
Recently lost stacks though.
true. Little late game, but I mean, still in the mid and early game, he's going to be doing tons of damage and lots of wave clear. So, I mean, you don't even have to go Q build. I think that the other level 1s are still viable too.
I always wanted to do the split one, the beams,
Yeah, the auto attack.
but it seems bad.
We got Uther Leoric. So Uther, I really like as a healer these days. His W build got recently buffed. Well, just W in general, I guess. So He does a lot of healing. His shield, divine shield, that thing is really strong, and at level 20
level
it's downright
20.
it's downright OP. Like, I mean, this level 20 comp coming out of Bronze 6 is so scary already because they got
You gotta wonder what they're gonna layer on top of that.
buried alive, and potential shield. And look at that tankiness too. I mean, I know there's no tanks showing on Cosmos side, but that is some beef. And tank killing coming out of Bronze 6. So I'm really curious to see what Cosmos is going to respond with. They banned the Zera tool, so they don't want any wombo combos, which, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. And another tank ban, which also makes sense because they're really trying to pinch that.
That's it.
Now.
They gotta go Cho'Gall. They just gotta do it.
I mean, they got the Leoric already.
You know what? Nobody cares. Nobody cares about that.
Odd Thought talking about the pulsing NGS graphic. So it's funny. There's a blue and a red bar up at the top that isn't supposed to be there. And I was trying to figure out how I could get rid of it, and I probably could have somehow, but it kind of blends in. So whatever. I liked it enough that I just included it.
Varian Gray.
Ooh, so this is the old tank taunt into just everybody presses their buttons and someone dies.
Don't get ahead of yourself now. You don't know he's gonna go taunt. All right, let a man have his options.
I agree. Not getting too far ahead of myself.
Sounds like you're prematurely, Well, maybe not though. You got the Maev now, and he's probably really gonna be wanting to taunt her in the face.
Bronze 6. I mean, that is a scary comp to go up against. I mean, there's a lot of squishy over here on the side of Cosmos. And you're going to get Maev into Chain CC, into Blow Up, into Burst. And, I mean, this
looks pretty disgusting.
But, on the other hand, a lot of pick potential. And it is going to be main tank variant. There's a lot of pick potential coming out on the side of Cosmos. So, we talked about this before. The picks and the skirmishing in this matter more in this map than probably any other map. So this is going to be really interesting to see. There's pick on both sides. There's a lot more blow up on Cosmos side. This is some really interesting comps. I'm looking forward to this one. Switch this back over here. Take a look at that eggplant one last time.
As we lose
Odd Thought,
5 more.
do you find this mesmerizing too? I'm just curious. I wasn't supposed to be fun. Again, big fan of Odd Thoughts. I miss him. Should come and be a real. He's a better analyst than you. No offense.
You know what? I'm trying. All right. Giving you my best. Giving you my best.
I appreciate that. No,
I don't think you do. I don't think you do. You guys heard it here. You just straight insulting me live on the internet.
There you go. Okay, here we go into the game. We got Tacitor being played by Silver Jackal. On the side of, better do the team first. Cosmos. We got Silver Jackal playing Tacitor.
10 seconds.
Why am I showing Greymane here?
5, 4.
Okay, I guess we're seeing Greymane. Legacy playing the Varian, Dark Knight on Sonya, Mischief on Ana, and Kurama on Greymane. On the other side, Bronze 6, we have Danny playing Johanna, Uther being played by Ferret102, Juji being played by Leoric, CRT by Jaina, and Kira playing Maev. Odd Thought is impressed by the size of the eggplant. Go away! Okay, I don't know why this is going here. I clicked on someone. Maybe escape? Nope. Too much. Okay, whatever. Looks like we're getting some variant stuff over here. I'm pressing E, but it's not working. Okay, so we got some early fights going on. Nobody dying yet, but Ana's got her work cut out for her. Let's take a look at the level 1 talents. Q build still coming out of the Tacitor. We have Varian's Legacy. The block coming out of the Sonya, sleep build from the Ana. I mean, pretty standard stuff all the way around.
Ooh.
And W build is going to be what is being opted into by the Uther, which I think is
The
really
rotations
cool.
are looking tight on the side of Bronze 6. They're getting in and out.
Yeah, they definitely got a little bit of a lead there, but at the end of the day, it's still pretty much even. Let's see if they can keep the pace up.
Greymane sneaking a camp down bot.
This is a good play. I like this coming out of the side of Cosmos. They, I'm guessing, had this planned out because he just went straight down there and snuck this. And Bronze 6 is none the wiser. Still ahead in the rotations, but everything is being picked up on the side of Cosmos.
Like I was saying, the objective's going on all the time, so just because your enemy turns doesn't mean you've lost the objective.
Yep. So 7 globes already for that Jaina, which is really nice if you're, I mean, getting to 20 so fast. That's one of the great parts, parts of this map. And get out of here. Really wish I knew how to get rid of that. But yeah, globe quests. This is a great map for globe quests because you can just pick up every globe from both lanes pretty much. Taunt coming out, blow up onto Johanna, but has the trait and walks away. Bronze 6 over here taking the Bruiser camp. Good by them. What do you think about this early game so far?
They're just handling it. Soaking all the gems with ease. They even managed to split people off and get the camp. I mean...
Comes the taunt top, and Johanna goes down. That was a very nice move there. You know what we didn't even talk about? The fact that Johanna's going to have a really hard time after level 13 because that's when Shield Breaker comes in.
That's going to be rough. Her trait's already struggling. Now it's going to be broken.
And we even got the Hold Your Ground coming out, which is pretty much
Coming down here on
mandatory.
this Sonya. They're looking for her.
We got the Uther, who's really good at these ganks.
They've got the CC to grab her.
Nope.
Oh,
And
she's
that's a
done.
pullback. And dead. Yeah, that's the Maiev there for you. That's a really nasty combo. 1-1 in kills so far, so both teams doing a really good job. You know, the more I think about the Varian Shield Breaker, the more I'm starting to get nervous about the late game for Bronze 6.
They're not looking like they want to let it get that far.
Top lane is some damage going in on Silver Jackal, but he makes it out. And we have 19 gems to 21. So pretty much even there.
Both teams could turn.
Yep. What have we got coming out here in level 4? Electric Fence. Subdue at level 7.
It's gonna be bad. Sonya's bot, and they're pressuring this point.
We got the Cleanse coming out for the Uther, which is this one. Drain Hope range. Go away. I know there's some way of... Aha! I did it. Figured it out. I just had to pick somebody, and I got that little thing to get away. We got the Ice Lance build coming out of the Jaina. To be expected. Well, I would say normally to be expected, but we've been seeing a lot of Blizzard. I mean, they keep buffing the Blizzard build. It's got to be good one of these days.
I think even then people won't go it. It'll be a matter of principle.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you there. It's like Ice Lance build is what's good. I mean, to be fair, it's really good. Red team get the turn in. Sorry, I missed where that came in. Or maybe I did.
was
Okay,
Leoric
we
down
got
here
another
by,
gank
I
going, and Tacitor goes down mid lane. I mean, scary pick comp and
That was
Bronze
yeah.
6.
That's what they don't want to happen. You know, they get the turn. If they could have kept their gems, it's not the end of the world. But losing your gems is the worst case.
Yeah. And it looks like those did not get picked up, it doesn't look like.
No, it looked like they lost. I'm not sure how many, but it was close to 10.
There goes the medallion being used, so that's gone for the Greymane. Maiev getting a lot of
damage
so far.
top.
Yeah, this is a fat minion wave being pushed in. Q coming out from Tacitor. The wave is still relatively
Tacitor could be
healthy.
in trouble if they wanted to dive him here.
The spiders are pretty weak early on, so
The 10 is looming.
it is looming, and it's getting closer and closer. There's a 4-man top. Now the healers here, full HP on the Tassadar. I don't think they're going to be diving, but there goes the well. Always nice to get that.
It is over.
And that's about a half-level lead now. Some structure damage. Early lead being taken by Bronze 6. That being said, I mean, it could easily swing back the other way, so we'll just have to keep watching. Oh, there's the Blessed Shield coming out in the Entomb. This is everybody's pressing R in the mid lane. Silver Jackal getting caught. Good dodges coming out for that Ring of Frost. Is everyone going to make this out? Mischief is so low. Mischief goes down. Unstoppable being burned by Legacy. And this, I mean,
Maiev just tossing blades over and over.
Yep. 4 ults being pressed there. 1 kill coming out of it. So that was really well coordinated by Bronze 6.
We have the Divine Shield for Luther, huh?
Yeah,
Like you said, he wants that level 20.
What we see here, yeah.
It's just been too exciting on its own. And
I
the
mean,
leap from Sonya. So she's looking to dive.
So
along
that's
with
a
the
lot
variant.
more pick. So yeah, this is a lot of single target burst. But
Who
you know,
is
think
she
about
gonna
this.
dive is the question.
Well,
you
not
dive
on-
Jaina, you get the ice block. You dive anybody else. I don't, you know?
Join the red one.
Think about this. You dive anyone and you get Divine Shield.
Ooh,
So we're gonna need a taunt into like several man leap, I would think. Again, it's interesting because we have the shield breaker that's gonna be
Gotta
coming
fight.
up. Red, and you got a fight going mid lane, and Entomb coming in. Everyone's pressing R. Kimura's
Oh my
really
God,
low,
Greymane
still
just-
alive, and ends up going down. Varian is really low, doesn't survive this time. We got a trade back kill on the Jaina, so it's a 2-for-1. Low health bars from Damian Ferret. Again, bunch of
top
R's
is
being
going
pressed.
down.
This is really well executed from Bronze 6 so far.
They're holding that XP lead. They're turning in their gems. They're not losing them.
So let's take a look at the damage coming out so far from both teams. You see Tassadar just crushing it. Not getting a lot from the Greymane, but it's really hard for Greymane to do damage into a team comp that has a Maiev and an Uther. If you're Greymane, that's like the hardest thing to do. You can never go into Worgen form.
Oh, he didn't even mention Johanna. I mean,
Oh yeah, well, I mean, exactly. Yeah, getting blinded. This has got to be really, really hard for Greymane to do damage. So, you know, a lot of times the damage doesn't.
they've got the
tell
talent
whole story.
advantage for a brief moment. They want to take these gems from them.
Look at this invade, as you call it
Or
out.
this
This is
camp. Oh,
too slow. Wow, it looked like
See,
they aggroed
that's
the
the thing,
wave.
you know, they should have been pressuring the objective.
If they would have aggroed that wave, they could have really slowed them out. But we have the Entomb coming out mid. Varian getting jumped on. The Blessed Shield coming out as well. Here comes the Ring of Frost. That's the ultimate.
Does not
fuse.
find anybody.
Yeah, that's Varian half health. What do you think about a re-engage here coming out from... This would be the time.
They're
if you're
still
gonna
down a
re-engage.
talent here for a brief moment.
Yeah, not only that, but how do you re-engage? They still have a front wall here, so... And here's the taunt. They engages here. The Unstoppable being burned.
Badly.
Greymane jumps in. Unstoppable. Multiple Unstoppables coming out. One medallion, one trade. We got damage coming out onto the Tassadar, who's still doing tons of damage. York getting really low, and down he goes. CRT stuck on the outside, but getting healed up by the Uther. And it's a 1-for-0 in favor of Cosmos.
It's gonna be the worst thing about Tassadar is that wall. Just being able to put it right down in the middle and nobody, there's no leaping over it. For Jaina at least.
Yep. Totally agree there. And he actually went the electric fence, which that's slow. There's a fight. They're still going. They're brawling here. Unstoppable being used. Another big Entomb. Greymane jumping in. Actually going to be able to get out. Maybe his spin to win is healing up, and eventually goes down. Maiev in the back line. Is Maiev be able to make it out of this? And yes, she lives. We have a 2-for-0 so far. Bot lane goes down. Bot lane 4. Silver Jackal might be in trouble here. Unstoppable being burned and gonna make it out, but Uther, sorry, the Uther and Maiev combo takes out the Varian, and boss is the call. So,
I mean, it's
hit
even
level
harder.
13.
Look at this. Bear in mind, the Leoric went spooky build, right? So, I mean, Greymane comes in, he immediately gets wraithed, and he's doing no damage. He's countered by every single one of these people.
Yeah, Shattering Throw is out, but I mean, I don't know if it's actually gonna matter. Just from what we've seen so far, Bronze 6
They're about to chain the
like,
turn on top of this boss.
So Bronze 6 is starting these fights, right? They're not being reactive. Everyone's pressing R at the same time. There's not really been a chance to blow up the Johanna, and I don't know if there's going to be. So curious to see how Cosmos is going to handle these late game team fights.
It's a good move getting the camp. They knew they had time.
Down. Top boss doesn't really get a whole lot done, but it allows Red time to turn and to get the Bruiser camp.
Descend, my daughters. Descend and
We're gonna
They're up a talent here. They can afford to be real aggressive around this fort.
Yeah. And the fort is only half HP as it is. I mean, they just got to give this thing. We got the assist ping coming in. And
Leoric going in for the tomb.
Oh, Legacy goes.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it.
And look at the Invulnerable coming out. The Greymane almost blows up the Leoric, but doesn't quite. And in return, Greymane gets blown up. Sonya gets blown up. Silver Jackal is probably going to go going down. Legacy's still alive, ironically, even though he was the one that got jumped on. And Mischief, the only two left. This is going to be perhaps a down keep. Are they going to go for more is the only question. 24 seconds on
It's got
Sonya.
quite a lot of time.
Yeah, there is a lot here. They could potentially push for some core damage. I don't know if they can end the game. Leoric is suiciding? Question mark? And
Trait value? Get that trait value?
distracting
Oh,
them.
he didn't get any
Legacy's
trait
in
value.
trouble
He's not
now.
even.
no trait value. Leoric, you gotta learn how to play Leoric and go die every once in a while, you know? It's a joke, everyone. Let's see. Yeah, he's got some trait
They're
value.
saying
Look,
let's
he's
get the
died
keeps.
once. Bottom keep is going down. I'm yelling timber. 11 HP on this top keep.
No turns on either side and not anything on the map other than this siege. I mean, they have all the time in the
11.
world to wait for 20.
destroy them. Deliver the gems of power to my altar.
Bomb camp being taken by Bronze 6. This is a tough position to be in if you're on the side of Cosmos, but I think you got to be aggressive here on the same talent tier. That's what they're thinking. The exact same thing goes in. Can't get anything done as it was just the Johanna and Divine.
Maiev
Shield
going to
is,
snipe this fort or keep.
Cue Mission Impossible music, and down it goes. Rest of the team paving the way out. So that's going to be a mission accomplished. Here we go. Sonya walking right into the middle of the team. E-build Leoric going out. Danny taking a lot of damage. Got the armor on. Shattering Throw can't go out. On the Leoric, who gets invulnerable. This fight is kind of going both ways. Sonya is spinning to win in the back line. Down goes Sonya, but down goes Leoric. No, Leoric lives. It's healed up by the W. And it looks like it's going to be a 1-for-0. Legacy wants more. Here comes the Leoric back in. Has no ult, but we have a taunt coming out. Greymane jumping back in. They're really going all in on the dive. Is it going to matter, though? I mean, that Uther is just countering that Greymane so hard and that blow up. I mean, what a pick that's turned out to be. There's another kill coming out on the Tassiter. That's a 4-for-0.
This is going to be it. We already have the siege down here on the
Unstoppable
core.
burn, really good at Medallion. Mischief is so low and down. Mischief goes, and that's going to be GG. Game 1 going over to the side of Bronze 6. And honestly, I mean, just a great draft by them, I think. And they executed it really well. GG, well played.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cosmos tried to pull off something of the same idea. They just didn't have any targets.
I mean, like I was saying, it turned out that Uther pick was like a mega counter.
Well, yeah.
I mean, how is Greymane gonna do anything? That's what's so hard. I feel bad for the Greymane player
There's
because
no dive in the Uther.
I mean, Dovin repeatedly following up. I mean, really going all in. Only died 3 times into a really hard team comp, but it's just
And then when you do
impossible.
dive somebody, he's got the divine shield. You saw
Even if he doesn't have the
Leoric
divine shield,
sneaking on out of those fights.
he's gonna have 25. Whoever they diving is gonna have at least 25 armor too. So, I mean, really well executed team, and I mean, Bronze 6 did a really good job. I'm really curious to see how the next draft is going to go. I think Cosmos looked really coordinated actually on those dives. Varian going in, Greymane following up, everyone following up exactly as they should, and they just couldn't
Not
get any
quite
kills.
making. Yeah, it definitely did not seem like Cosmos was the team that couldn't have won that game. It just seemed more of a well drafted game on the side of Bronze 6.
All right, we're going to get this next game set up, so hold on to your butts, and we'll see you back here in a second. Okay, back at you with game number 2. Volskaya Foundry is where we're going next. This is picked by our red team, Bronze 6, which means that the Cosmos elected to take first pick. What do you think? Thoughts on this map? Murdering?
I love this map. It's like all the best parts of Hanamura and Dragonshire, and they had a baby.
Yeah, I agree with that. A good map for sure. Things to watch out for on this map: Merc Queen type stuff. So for the turrets, those buff up turrets. So things like Sylvanas are really strong. Notoriously good Cho'Gall map, of course.
Don't you downplay that. Don't you just slip that one in there. You hype up that Cho'Gall. All right, this is the best Cho'Gall map. I say that about every map, but this is the best Cho'Gall map.
I will say that hero that I think gets sort of undervalued on this map is Thrall, because the chain lightning basically has to bounce from team member to team member versus any minions or anything else getting in the way. So I think this is a great Thrall map personally. I'm expecting to see some more tank bans. That tank pool getting pinched last time, I think, was a really it did a lot. So I'm wondering if there's going to be any adjustments made there, if there's going to be some more picks open. About to get into the game, really. Chat, what are your thoughts? What do you think? Tell us what you think. Do you guys like this map? Do you hate this map? Tell us what you think. $25 viewers. Thanks to everybody who decided to show up and anybody who decided to follow as well. Really appreciate that. Waiting for the players, and here we go. So first ban going to be coming out on the side of Cosmos this time.
And last time we saw a lot of tank bans.
We saw a Mei, Diablo, Garrosh, and ETC when it was all said and done. We saw Chromie banned last
Wasn't it
time.
Chromie? Yeah, Chromie was
this is-
banned first.
Right, ETC was banned second phase by Bronze 6. Chromie was banned. I think this is a great Chromie map. So even if you're not a believer in nerfed W build from Chromie, I still think with Slowing Sands and just this being a good map of hers, it's a solid. But we're letting the clock run down. Diablo. I mean, Diablo is so strong. I think it's a definitely a solid ban on the side of Cosmos.
I mean, he's a good ingredient to any sort of, snatch and grab comp like they were running last time.
Yeah, the auto attack build is very strong. And there's the May, so we're so far 2 for 2, the same as last time. Now we saw Garrosh, which is still a really scary pick on this map, especially if you got a good Garrosh player. A good Garrosh player is just a nightmare to any team. But are they going to be giving it up for something else like the Uther? Because the Uther, I think, was a really key ingredient last time.
If I was them, I'd be leaving that Garrosh up and looking to play some Rainer.
The Garrosh,
Get rid of
the
those.
band's the same. Which, again, 2 really solid bands, but see how their picks are going to differ. Maybe a little bit less dive. There's Chromie. Okay, so bands are exactly the same. We got Certified Noob saying, I like Volskaya. We have B-Wald saying GG. Lots of potential for team fights. Yeah, I really like this map. I think that it usually goes late, 18 to 20 at least. So you usually get 3 solid objectives. It's not tiny, but it's not humongous. It's a it's a solid 4-1 map. JOHANNA being picked first on the side of Cosmos. With the tank inch, they're
Do you
basically-
think that is one of the top priority picks right now? Like, do you think there was anything else that might have...
I don't know. I
know you don't really like the JOHANNA with the D now, but we saw it last game and it worked so well.
Yeah, so it's not that she's an insta loss or anything. I just don't think she's as strong as she was. And here's the Uther coming back out. So this is I was sort of wondering what happened. We got lots of CC on the side of Bronze 6 already. I mean, Blaze is a giant stun magnet, which is great, and then Uther, of course. We saw how good W build Uther can be last map. Let's see what Cosmos responds with. There's the Sylvanas I talked about earlier with the Merc Queen. And Malfurion with that AoE cleanse, which can be really nice. So we have a lot of range poke coming out of Cosmos, and similar amount of CC from the other side. What are your thoughts so far?
I like Malfurion. I'm curious to see what else they combo with the roots. But more so, even though this Blaze and Uther, that's again just a ton of CC, like you said. They're gonna be looking to engage hard.
Imperious. I mean, if you get a root, I mean, it's a great combo to go with the Malfurion. You know, if you get the spear or the root, you can follow those up, and we have the side of Bronze 6 saying, "Yeah, we're not dealing with that."
It's a lot of percent damage he can get too if he goes that certain talent, which is not ideal for Uther and Blaze.
Zeratul again. Oh, excuse me. Starting to get late. I'm an old man. 10:37 Central. So Zeratul being banned out again. I'm wondering if there's just a notorious Zeratul player on the side of Bronze 6, because we've seen that now twice in a row. And I mean, if you got a good Zeratul, it's such a pain to deal with. So, all right, are we gonna see?
Well, his VP would set up those, the Uther Blaze combos too well.
So perhaps another taunt variant, as I believe Danny was the one who played JOHANNA last round, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it looks like we've seen a swap.
Well, so is it main tank Blaze and like Smash variant, or is it going to be main tank variant offlane Blaze? I want to know.
Now you got to be thinking that they're gonna fill that last slot with some sort of sustained damage.
This round needs me.
Okay, so Li Ming and Sylvanas have a lot of good range damage, unlike the Greymane from last time. So They definitely, I like this pick ban coming out of Cosmos a lot more into what Bronze 6 is showing. It's so much easier to do damage now, I feel.
But Li Ming is also quite squishy.
Yeah,
So
Genji
she's still very susceptible to that variant, and that Genji
could be Havoc Orb build, and just dropping bombs from across, the map. So there's the damage coming out of Gul'dan. So we have the Gul'dan doing a bunch of AoE damage, dot damage, and then Genji going to be sliding in and taking people out. Just tons of CC once again coming out on the side of Bronze 6. I'm rooting for Cosmos just because I want there to be a game number 3. But honestly, I couldn't really tell you which team comp I like more. I think it's going to come down to execution, to be honest with you.
I think the variant pick here is dirty. They've got Shield Breaker for 2 people with shields. The taunt to set up those blow-ups. If they get a taunt or a stun or a blade, they're not going to get to move. There's medallions, like you said, but taunts up on a real short cooldown.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. But let's see if I can get into it this time. Okay, let's go ahead and introduce our blue side, Cosmos. And oh my goodness, I need to update the score. Let me do that real quick before I intro the team. Such an idiot. Li Ming is going to be played by Silver Jackal, Legacy playing the Johanna, Dark Knight on Artanis, Kurama on Sylvanas, and Malfurion being played by Mischief. On the side of Bronze 6, we have Danny playing Varian, what I'm assuming is going to be Tank Varian. Barrett 102 playing Uther, Juji playing Blaze, Genji being played by Kira, and Gul'dan being played by CRT. Got some spray coming out. Yeah, 4 different sprays on the gun right now. 5, make that 5. Do you wish we were seeing more B-stepping?
I always think you should lead with a good B-step party right at the beginning. Show that sweet BM.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's take a look at the level 1 talents. We got Power Hungry coming out from the Li Ming. pretty standard across the board. We got W build on the Sylvanas. Gonna be looking to stack that. She's got her first one. Root coming out.
Got a Drain
What is
Life
this?
Gul'dan.
What is this? Yeah, we got the Gul'dan going
Suck
for the
build?
suck build. Big time suck.
He's sucking. He's sucking.
Hot Dream.
Varian taking heat.
Hot Dream saying that they love Cosmos build. Sorry, team comp. Again, this is I definitely think that they have a solid team comp. Lots of balance. Wish it was another consistent damage rather than Li Ming. To be honest though, in terms of
It's just a scary world they live in with all that chain CC that Bronze 6 has.
the thing is with Li Ming in terms of mages though, she actually does some pretty steady DPS. She has some pretty steady DPS output, because her cooldowns are so low. Just depending on what you can land with. We got the heal camp being taken early. Look at this. Sucking that thing off. And down it goes. We got a taunt
Bronze
coming out
6
as well. And look at, there goes Johanna. There's the root coming out. I don't think anything else is happening here. And that's a healing camp being stolen away by Bronze 6.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, Bronze 6 is just completely ignoring the Artan. It's not letting him get any stacks.
Yeah, that's the way you want to do that.
That talent is so scary.
We've redesigned our trigger of protectors for
Got
combat
some more
elements.
sucks going off on the right hand side on this camp. Is Sylvanas gonna hold this? Control point is gonna be gone in 15 seconds. Yep, she's holding it. 5 stacks on the, yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. Only 5 stacks on the Artanis. Shield battery, which is not one that I'm used to seeing. I'm used to saying whatever the green one is, we get a bigger shield.
Of it to pilot them.
Little fighting going on here, which is interesting. It's 3v. We know it's 3v4 because there's 2 top for bronze 6.
Dan's
but
getting
they
that
don't
pressure
care.
top.
And there's the taunt going out on Sylvanas. She gets the unstoppable. That's her medallion gone. The turret is out already. The healing camp is out already. Both turrets are out. That's a lot of damage. Legacy's getting really low. Artanis is now getting jumped on. Everyone survives. All the fun toys were used there. The healing and the turrets. So now everybody's all even. Johanna needing to pop that trait. Goes back in. Gets taunted back up. But Root coming out to save Legacy's life. And wow, at the end of it all, it's 0-0. Would you look at that? Because Cosmos took their turret camp first, they pick it up again, although it looks like Bronze 6 is getting on theirs now too. So we're going to see some aggression here, and yes we are, we're going to see some aggression on Gigi. Ooh, getting hit, getting damaged really a lot. The Unstoppable was burned. Taunt is coming out on Johanna. Unstoppable, and look at that, we got a big old juicy turret shooting people, but Dark Knight is getting really low, and wow, Danny ends up getting low, but it's not enough. A lot of sucking going on here. Big time sucks. And ooh, look at the Genji getting pretty low there.
It seems like that suck build is keeping that Gul'dan in a good spot, and they're struggling to get to him. He's just got this bulwark of tanks in front of him.
Yeah, I like that. I hardly ever see it. Ooh, one thing I really want to touch on, which I absolutely love, Meltdown being picked up. I never see Meltdown being picked up. It's such a strong talent for Blaze. But either way, it looks like Bronze 6 is going to pick up the first Triglav Protector. And these things go down really fast. I mean, they're barely touching it, the side of Cosmos, and look at that. They've already got it down.
They're going straight for that fountain, as is tradition.
Yeah. This is the traditional route, as you say. Take that top well down, or fountain. And that's just because the top shrine area is what is used secondly on this map. The second objective. Words are hard. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. We see second wind coming out. The Calamity build, classic Calamity build. Swap barely misses. Danny jumps in, doesn't use the taunt, gets rooted. Unstoppable being burned. That was the Unstoppable coming out of Uther. And pressure going bot lane. Level 10's coming in. We have the shield wall coming out of there, and we have
a little
shield
bunker action, eh?
Bunker action, Dragon Blade. Ooh, spicy Dragon Blade, and the Horrify. Dragon Blade, I feel like, is so hard to use effectively, but if you're good at it, I mean, you'll do.
What do you think about the bunker, though? What would you have taken bunker, or would you have taken combustion? You're a Blaze aficionado.
I'm not gonna reveal strats over here, okay?
Oh. Cho'Gall's terrible on this map, guys. Cho'Gall is the worst.
We have camps being picked up on both sides. Everything's even. No, really though. I mean, bunker is a good talent. I think it's a good talent. It's really good for team fighting.
That was more to call you out for always going combustion. I've never seen you go bunker in your whole life.
That's more of a comfort thing. I've gone bunker before.
Don't you lie to me.
Seriously, like only once or twice. Earth 2 Rob popping in. What's up? What's up, my boy? Got the push going top lane. Suck build is in full effect. Subdue being picked up. We didn't really talk about the heroics on the side of Cosmos, but they're all pretty standard, really. We got Wave of Force coming out. Some good disengage. protected coming out there. Oh, and there comes the blessed shield. That's the subdue being finished. That's like basically another ultimate being out. Oh, and there's the Dragon Blade with the unstoppable.
He is just hitting
Tons of
everybody.
damage. Oh my gosh, Reset City,
Hero slain.
and that
Hero
was
slain.
dirty. What did I just see?
I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you. That Genji just popped off. She got the shield, she got the subdue quest done and all that, but then there was still three beefy tanks standing in front of the damage, and Genji got in the back line and ended it.
I mean, I'm impressed with this Bronze 6 team. They have been very coordinated on their engages, and what happened there was we had the Dragon Blade come out immediately. The Divine Shield comes out on top of it, so he's just slicing and dicing that whole team up. And then as soon as the shield goes away, he hits him with the cleanse to keep him unstoppable.
I was worried they wouldn't have anything to lock him down, and there are some squishy people back there for him to abuse.
Well, especially whenever you have Divine Shield on. Yeah, we got some Pog champs going out in chat, and rightfully so. That was Pog champ worthy. We got an E missing out on Juji down there. Had that landed.
In fact, you should highlight that one.
I know somebody clipped that really. They put it in the highlight channel. We got a taunt going out. Nope, unstoppable being used. Do we have, what is this? Oh, he went Mortal Strike. Look at that. Mortal Strike. What do you think about that from the variant versus Shattering Throw?
I guess he just does not think that he needs to bust the shields, but do you really? I mean, what's 40% reduced healing doing against Malfurion? I don't know. I don't know how Malfurion works.
I mean, if it works, it works. I do think Shattering Throw is good, but hey, you know, sometimes it comes down to comfort too, you know, like I was saying. And the fight is raging on. Ferret getting pulled in. He has to use the unstoppable on himself. That subdue getting tons of work done, and the healing camp is already being used.
He's sucking!
Super low health bars. Suck. Oh, and look at the blue team. He's getting chopped to bits, but Genji goes down. They're all still alive. 1 for 1 so far. Oh, everyone's 1 HP on Cosmo's side. Oh, Ferret is so low. It ends up being a 2 for 1. That
He
fight
almost
was
backed up
so
into that turret.
Insane. Oh my gosh. 2 for 1. Cosmo's losing out on that, but there were low health bars.
Almost another just Genji murder fest.
It really was. I mean, he got taken out. The Uther had to burn the shield on himself. We got the trait coming
He's
out.
sucking.
Stun chain CC. Suck. And we got a heal coming out. He should be okay. And
Meanwhile,
lots of
Varian
damage.
just taking the point. He's gotten his High King's quest done. What do you think about the stacks on Artanis and Sylvanas? I mean, I don't know much about the blade build.
I mean, personally, I think so. Ideally, you would like them to be higher. I'll say that. Sometimes things. I don't
It's
know
tough.
the exact.
They're
number,
finding it tough to
but
get close. That blaze is just reaching out.
I once again just want to give credit to.
Blue team has taken control
I don't want to
of
say
Protect.
that Cosmos is really doing anything wrong, because I don't feel like they are. I think this has just been excellent execution on the side of Bronze
Destroy the
6.
forts.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. They did another comp like that where they're just layering combos.
Yeah, and to Cosmos' credit too, they've gotten some of these fights so close. The subdue finished so early, but I mean, Cosmos has somehow made it out by the skin of their teeth.
You could not tell in that last fight which way it was gonna go.
So I have some. Oh, here comes the
damn.
engage, and the Divine Shield was freaking huge. That was crazy. I mean, this Uther is.
They had the right idea, you know.
beast.
Everybody's in the protector, jump on the Gul'dan. But Uther just shut it down with one press
Uther
of arm.
says, nope, not today. I'm getting some info here. Bronze 6's healer was Div S last season, so should do a good job keeping them alive in Div B. I don't know if that's
Seems
true
a
or
bit
not.
skeptical.
I'm not so sure if that's the case.
Suspicious.
But to be honest, though, I mean, could be just memeing, right? But I mean, he's playing like lights out. So I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be that surprised if it was true. But I mean, what else is there to say, really? We got Benediction coming in, level 16. We have Orb at 16. This is interesting. Calamity with Orb at 16. Is that what normally happens with this build? I feel like it's what is that one where you shoot the 5 Seeker missiles? I can't believe I'm forgetting what it's called. Terrible. We got another fight going on up here. Same talent tier. Root going out and a bunker. That was an excellent bunker usage. So far, it's just been disengage on the side, and there's the unstoppable. This fight re-engage.
Oh, the Genji!
Genji! Oh my gosh. Okay, this is pretty insane. What am I watching here? Actually, this team is not bronze 6. I'll tell you that. This Genji is insane.
Hero slain. Blue team has
Does he actually make it out and gives the thumbs up on the way
Hero
out?
slain.
I mean, let me just say, I hope we don't see anything like this as the minion miners in Div A, because bronze 6 is like making
Bro, do we
it.
belong in Div C?
I mean, this team looks really, really insane. Again, it's. I mean, I feel like Cosmos is doing things really well. It's just bronze 6 is
Red
just
team has destroyed the fort.
on another level right now. I mean, and also you got the suck build. Sucking. Suck.
I mean, you got to give credit to that Genji. He is just getting in the back line, and I mean, one of those swipes, and all of a sudden, simultaneously, Malfurion, Li Ming, and Sylvanas are like 2/3 of their health.
Let's take a look at the damage charts. Yeah, top damage in game. Wow, Genji is a really. I mean, I feel like I don't see that too often. Genji's popping.
Because
off
if they draft anything like an Uther or something to lock him down, he has trouble.
Yeah, I mean,
And I think that's the tough thing for Cosmos right now. They don't have a point and click or anything. I mean, they have Johanna's shield, but like we've been saying about cooldowns, that's a way longer cooldown than Genji's ability to hop around. And he's probably hard to land that root on him because he's so fast.
and if we look at this, 20 to 18, no bottom keep. I mean, realistically, this is a really hard spot to be in if you're Cosmos, because you're going to have to fight down 20 to 18. I don't think you can just give the Protector over. Because
Well, they're not getting on the objective right away, so if they let them soak up to 20, they could get a fight in there.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is if the Protector is taken by Bronze 6, they just walk it to core.
Exactly, which is why if I was them, I'd be down there. Somebody would be down the channel.
Yeah, but I mean, on the other hand, you're level
Maybe they're
20
just
to level
trying to bait
18.
him into something, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they know that any fight that they take is going to be in their favor, so that's why they're looking for some picks, make
That
their
is
jobs
fair.
a little bit easier.
Guess I'm just impatient. Oh,
Going in on Johanna, taunted, but has the trait. Fairly decent fight coming out if you're Cosmos, but yeah, again, it's 20 to 18, and oh, did I get rid of the level 20 talents? Here. What did we have? We have Divine Protection, so we don't have the level 20 Divine Shield, which
50
mean, Divine
armor is pretty
Divine
substantial.
Protection, yeah, is insane. Yeah.
And in Dragon Blade at level 20, I mean, if this Genji gets a kill, he's going to keep dancing.
I feel like you're just spoiled for choice if you're Uther level 20 these days.
They just made him so good. I mean, and now he's a healer, you know?
We got
Not that he
some
wasn't
stats
before.
saying that the highest MMR team, I'm looking at the stats in our Twitch chat, saying the highest MMR team versus the lowest MMR team. So Cosmos was the underdogs going into this, but you know, honestly, like I said before, I want to say
I had faith in Cosmos, and they look like they're playing together. They have the idea.
If I'm Cosmos, I'm thinking, you know what? This Uther is getting the best of us. Look at this. I mean, the game isn't over, and they're looking to try to get another pick. They just
They're
hit
level
level
20.
Oh my gosh, he just happens to go in there.
Hero slain.
Was that on purpose? I think he was
somebody
trying to
clip
eat
that,
the
too.
Artanis and he got a 4-man stun. Regardless, that's going to be the game. I mean, I really got to hand it to Cosmos there. They didn't give up. They hit 20. They knew they had a chance.
They were making the right choices.
That's a rough loss for sure for anyone.
Just the
but
comps on the side of Bronze 6 tonight were crazy.
Bronze 6 was looking really good. Got to give them a lot of credit, and that's going to be GG. Thanks to everybody in chat, everybody popping off. Loving it. Oh. Yeah, what else is there to say? I mean, Genji, that was an insane performance. I mean, really enabled by the Uther, right? Whenever you can't be touched and you're just dragon blading into the middle of the team, that's impressive.
When did he draft that Genji? Is the question. Was that later in the thing?
I think it was second rotation, I want to say. Was the last... Wait, it wasn't the last pick, was it?
It seems. I mean, it looks like he picked it knowing he'd have
was-
run of the mill.
Hold on, let's see here. It was Uther... Oh, no, it was Gul'dan last pick. Yeah, so it was Uther, Blaze, Varian, Genji, then Gul'dan. Let me go see if we're going to be getting any interviews up in here. Let's head on over to... And we're in it to win it. Let me update the scoreboard. I have to do that last time. Can't really see up there because I got stupid follower thing. I don't know. Benjamin in here with the... Ferret. We're getting calls for Ferret to do the interview. That was the Uther. We'll see who they send. We're waiting over here for him. Let's talk about the stats, though, like I said, a little bit more while we're waiting. Anything else popping out to you?
I mean, those are some solid. I mean, the fact that Uther is healing close to Malfurion. I mean, that W build really makes him a solid healer. And then you think about the fact that it has armor on top of that.
Yeah, I mean, really impressive performance. If it was me, that would be my player of this year. Although the Genji did a really good job. Oh, I also need to get this out. Talk more about the series while I'm... Do it. Talk about the series. Do it.
You know, it just they were very competitive games still, even though it seemed like it went heavily in the favor of Bronze 6. It just seemed again like some of the drafting things needed to be addressed. You know, when they lock the Blaze variant Uther, yeah, maybe you start thinking percent damage, and I don't know. I don't even know what you do to counter all that dive though, and the Divine Shield.
Really good comps coming out of the side of
And then the first game, what was that? It was I mean they started off with the Leoric. I don't remember what it was, and then you knew they were coming in with something to layer on top of that and just give people no way out. There was the ring followed with the Maev ring. Like there was nowhere for people to run.
Okay, we got a Danny coming in here. Danny, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You guys really killed it tonight. I mean, very impressive outing. What are your initial thoughts on the series?
Going into it, I had a chance to catch Uwu and I think Blurk Patrol, and they went up against Soak Every Lane and Arrogant Nephilim. And I was like, oh, these new teams in B West are actually pretty good. So going into Cosmos or Cosmo, I was a little
Cosmos?
concerned. Yeah. I was making sure that we didn't take anyone for granted. Um, they have a huge squad, huge roster,
Mhm.
so it was a little hard to scout them out. It seemed like they knew who we would pick, um, but no, they've got a great squad. They have a really good leadership group with Karama and Odd Thought.
Mhm.
But no, going into it, we were just making sure that we were playing heroes that we're comfortable with.
Yeah, really impressive outing, especially in both games really. Game 2 was seemed a little bit more one-sided, definitely in terms of kills. But let's go back to game number 1 first. What did you think was the uh, reason why you guys had so much success in that game?
Um, so we got the level advantage off the bat. So we got level 10 first, and with that, we wanted to be super aggressive. They picked a comp with a taunt variant where we could just take Uther and totally negate their whole taunt combo. The Uther won the game for us, like hands down. As much as I thought I did a great job, I think I think the Ferret and Uther sort of negated their blow up comp. So essentially, the Johanna is throwing the shields, Uther with stuns, and then we took the shield on Uther, not versus the Divine Storm. But no, it was a good match on in game one.
Yeah, we were talking about the same thing. We felt like the draft was pretty heavily in your favor. We were somewhat thinking about maybe Varian later in the game getting the shattering throw, maybe destroying yourself with the
Shield,
Johanna.
yeah.
But y'all seem to just have the jump on the engagements, which it felt to me like that's another thing that gave you an edge. What are your thoughts on that?
Going into each match, we were making sure that we're communicating in Discord. We never ever, yell at each other. We're never talking about we should have done this. It's always forward thinking. But the second we got the level advantage at 10, we're looking for engages because we know with our comp we could blow up pretty much anybody. So
Mhm.
we would throw the shield out and then go for the blow up on one or two heroes. So it worked out.
Murderin, what do you got? What do you got? Any questions for game 1 for Danny?
I mean, that was it in a nutshell. They definitely were reaching out and blowing people up. And then, like you
Yeah.
said, that Uther just negating because they, like you said, they tried to counter their blow up comp with another blow up comp, but Uther was just the answer.
Well,
Yeah, the new Uther
also,
is super super crazy, right? With the armor and
yeah, the W
that's
build too, which we talked about that. Like, I was wondering if we were going to see that, and sure enough,
And
W
the
build coming
divine
out.
shield buff, no less. I mean, he didn't go
Yeah,
to level 20, but even
but I
so,
mean, you got 50 armor. Like we talked a little
yeah,
bit
the 50
about
better.
spoiled for choice,
he was
really.
even,
If
yeah,
you're
there's too
Uther,
many good Uther talents.
yeah, yeah, that's really impressive though. That it's really, I thought it was impressive that y'all picked up on the strength of that hero and really used it to his maximum potential. I mean, we talked about Greymane had a really hard time getting damage out in that first game because you're talking about a Greymane who has pretty low range, really, all things considered, gets a lot of damage from jumping in. Having to go into a Maiev, a Johanna, and an Uther. I
And
Yeah,
mean,
with Spooky Walk.
yeah,
yeah.
spooky walk nonetheless.
Leoric had, the bottom lane, the off lane is sort of boring, but Leoric, Juji had some really good entombs towards the middle part of the fight, and between Ferret on Uther and Juji on Leo, easily secured the win for us.
So let's move on to game number 2 then, because I actually was thinking going into game number 2 that, well, first off, let's go to the draft. We had the exact same bans coming out of both teams, but the Uther going over once again after a really monstrous performance in game number 1, in my opinion. Were you surprised at all that Cosmos decided to keep the same bans as the first game?
I think they looked at our draft last season because they banned the Zeratul, the Gary, and the Diablo, and we played those heroes quite a bit. So obviously they're going off of season 9 drafts. Kira, who was the Genji in game 2, plays a sick Zeratul. So I think they were target banning Kira, but we got Genji, and you saw the Genji blow up comps like twice, right?
Well, that's just terrifying.
Did you see that when Uther dropped the shield and fucking Genji went ham on everybody?
Oh, I saw
nasty.
it.
Yeah,
we all saw it.
Yeah, I
mean,
yeah.
Top damage from the Genji, and so I was talking about this with Murderin. I mean, Genji is not the type of hero you think these days that is going to hard carry like that, just because the skill ceiling is so high on that hero, but also the floor is so low, and it's really hard to hit those high highs. Based on just, nerf after nerf after nerf after nerf after nerf over years. And even though Genji was enabled by the shield, I mean, I still thought it was a really impressive performance. And the fact that there's also a potential Zeratul, which is equally as terrifying high highs, that's a rough time to draft against. I mean,
yeah, I was getting some whispers in game after that. Obviously, they were watching your Twitch. I was getting some whispers in game from some GMs about that Genji, that first top 5-man wipe, and and they were like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "I don't know, dude. I'm getting boosted." No, it was a really good. Like our Discord went nuts. Like CRT started his Peruvian flute music, and Ferret was dancing. It was pretty crazy.
Wow,
it just didn't seem like they could lock him down. There was, he'd go in and just.
Yeah, plus the D shield, right? So like, plus you can get.
So even if they landed a root or a shield from JOHANNA, boom, he's got the D shield.
Yeah, bladed shield. It's fucking crazy.
Well, not only that, but in the first fight, actually, the Uther went ahead and preemptively used the cleanse the second the shield was up. So it was like, well, if you got any leftover CC, you're still not doing anything because it's unstoppable. Cool. Yeah, really, really impressive synergy, and I thought that was a key to both of your victories. Very coordinated engages. So when that was D-Blade coming out, so was the shield. And whenever Maiev was going in, and we're seeing the blessed shield, so was the Entomb. Stuff like that. What are your thoughts on your guys' engages? Are you happy with how that looks and feels?
Yeah, I would argue that last season in B West we had the best team fights. Like we had the most kills. We really had really good team fight potential, and I think it carries over into this season with moving CRT away from having to tank and off tank and all that stuff, and just focusing him more on just damage and letting Kira focus on damage. So we tried to just get one roll down versus, because last season we were all flex between me, CRT, and Kira, and we let the other two on the team who are no longer with us sort of play in their roles as much as they could. So I think Kira does really good damage. I think CRT does really good damage, and the communication just comes from practicing, calling out who we're looking at, and trying to make good engages, because we never want to play on our back foot. We want to make sure that we're the one that's being aggressive. And if we took a fight that we thought we should back away from, we disengaged. So there was a fight in the first map where we just backed out because we couldn't do anything.
Speaking of good engages, 4-man blaze stun to end the game.
Yeah.
Did you know they were in that bush?
Yeah. So we got lucky with getting vision in that little bush.
Oh, I see.
And I don't know if we killed 2 or 3. I think we killed 2, and then they got picked off one
With
of them.
a
I
force
wasn't
man
sure.
stun followed by the protector slamming down with the Q. It was gnarly to see.
That's what the kids call getting clapped nowadays.
I think they called it. Kira called it yeeting. I'm not sure what it means, but
well, there's
he was
definitely
saying,
some yeeting going on. Oh,
yeah,
but,
yeah.
and what about the suck build coming out of Gul'dan?
Well, CRT sucks. He's good at that.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I don't play Gul'dan, so you need to ask CRT that
Oh,
question.
okay. I mean, I'm a fan. It's just you don't normally see it, so that's cool. A lot of survivability, and I mean,
Well, the Gul'dan
suck-
wasn't actually it wasn't supposed to be a Gul'dan. It was supposed to be a Tassadar. And literally at the 1 second mark, Ferret convinced CRT to swap. So I'm not sure how much Gul'dan CRT plays outside of ARAM, but it worked out.
Hey, I mean, if that's the case, the suck build is the one targeted ability. So,
Yeah.
hey, that's that. Why why not? I have one more question for you, and then I'll see if Murderin has anything else. But my last question is your 2 team comps in game 1 and game 2, I found to have just tons of CC. I mean, almost every single hero in both team comps had some form of hard, a stun, or I mean, at worst a Leoric entomb.
Yeah.
Is that a goal of your team to pick a lot of hard CC like that?
You'll have to keep watching the series.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Good answer, non-answer. All right, Murderin, you got any questions?
Not. Is there a team in particular this season, maybe from last season, that you're looking out for? That you want to come out right now?
I was really not from last season. I think Eric Nephilim is a great team. I think Soak Every Lane is a great team. I'm looking at Uwu because I watched that game they played against Soak Every Lane, and they were hyper coordinated, and I was super impressed with all of their plays. The Artanis plays the swaps were super impressive. So I think I'm not sure if it was a fluke or that's just how good they are, but they put up a really good match against Soak Every Lane. But no, it was a super. I think the West is always sort of this mishmash of good teams, but we're looking forward to continuing the games next week.
Exciting
Nice.
stuff. Well,
As are we.
yeah, I mean, good luck on the rest of your season. The floor is yours for any shout outs.
Yeah, shout outs to everyone in California, Oregon, and Washington fighting the fires. I appreciate not letting my house burn down. And to my team, they're really great. If you want to follow us on social media, we're at OnlyFans/Bronze6.
Nice.
It's $12.95 a month. There is, subscriber content only.
Yeah, you can see more of that suck build if you go over there.
Buttholes are bust. All right, it better be some good stuff up there.
We've got a calendar coming out next month, so.
Oh yeah, dude.
Are any of those proceeds
great,
going
man.
to the firefighters?
Proceeds go to the firefighters. Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
All right,
100%.
man. Well, hey, good luck for the rest of your season. Yeah, and have a good time.
Thank you for the draft. Thank you for the cast.
Yep, absolutely.
Nice.
All right. That's gonna do it for us. Thanks to everybody for coming out and watching. 26 viewers. I'm gonna raid somebody, I guess. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. Hey, what do you think about the cast? My dude, my brother.
Talking to me?
Yeah, man.
I don't know what you're asking me. You've done this before. I've never done this before.
That's why I want to know.
First
What
time
did you
right
think?
here. Caster Cherry. It was good. Yeah.
Popped.
I like watching the games. I feel like I almost gleaned some things from watching this
Almost.
that is going to help us come tomorrow.
Yeah. Follow us at Minion Miners. Give us go Minion Miners or something. We got Urdak, GG's all around with Def. Check out the OnlyFans. Yeah, all right. How do I Okay, I gotta figure out how to raid. But either way, that's it. That's it for us. Thanks
Boy,
again for
I've
tuning
never
in.
done this before.
That's why I want to know.
First
What did you-
time. Adios.
Oh, sorry about that. Get this other thing popped up. All right. See ya. GG's, everyone. Bye bye.